So let's talk about this. The man wrongfully deported and then returned to the United States to face new charges is now in the custody once again of ICE. Kilmar Abrego Garcia faces deportation. Our cameras and crews were there as Garcia hugged his family and then walked into an ICE office in Baltimore where he complied with an order to appear there. Those supporters seen in video outside that courtroom rallying against Abrego Garcia's detention and deportation. Here's what he had to say about his journey.
Siempre recordé momentos hermosos con mi familia, momentos de ir al parque, de ir al trampolín con mis hijos.
When I was detained, I remembered memories with my family, going to the park with them, going to the trampoline with my children.
Esos momentos me darán fuerzas y esperanza para seguir luchando.
Those moments will continue to give me hope to continue in this fight. Promise me that you will continue to pray, continue to fight, resist, and love, not just for me, but for everybody. Continue to demand freedom.
Well, that said, President Trump and his Attorney General Pam Bondi doubling down on the handling of the Abrego Garcia case. This is what Bondi had to say about Mr. Abrego Garcia earlier today.
Got him under control. He will no longer terrorize our country. He's currently charged with human smuggling, including children. The guy needs to be in prison. He doesn't need to be on the streets like all these liberals want him to be. And as part of this operation here in
So let's talk about this. CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez is in Baltimore, joins us live. Set the table for us. What happened today?
Well, Reed, just minutes after Kilmar Abrego Garcia entered this federal building behind me for an ICE check-in appointment, he was immediately arrested by immigration officials. He's currently in U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement custody in a detention center that we are still trying to determine, and is now facing deportation, according to the Department of Homeland Security, to the East African country of Uganda. Why is that? Well, a 2019 court order actually prohibits the administration from deporting this man to his home country of El Salvador. That is why it admitted that it made a legal mistake back in March in deporting him there during that time and then transferring him to that notorious mega prison known as Secot. But Kilmar Abrego Garcia is still in the country without legal status and has a pending deportation order, meaning that the government can proceed to deport him somewhere that will take him back that is not El Salvador. And according to the Trump administration, the country of Uganda has agreed to host and welcome this man in their territory. Now, what is unclear is whether or not the administration will try to move to deport him there, Reed, before his criminal trial actually starts. That is set to start next year on those human smuggling accusations. If it does try to remove him now, there is going to be some concern that they are trying to do this to prevent him from getting a day in court and defending himself from these human trafficking allegations.
Well, and the allegations spelled out by Pam Bondi are yet to be tested in a court of law. What assurances does he have that he will get due process without being sent out of the country and ending up behind bars in Uganda?
Well, it's unclear. Again, what we don't know is whether the administration will move to remove him to Uganda before the criminal trial actually starts, or whether it will try to detain him in ICE custody indefinitely pending the start of that trial next year on those human trafficking and labor exploitation allegations. However, what we don't know is whether or not another federal court here in Maryland that is now hearing a new lawsuit will block any deportation to Uganda for the time being. Abrego Garcia's attorneys have filed a new lawsuit here in Maryland arguing that he should not be able to be sent to Uganda without a full trial. So we still have to wait and see what the judge in the case says, Reed.
Camilo Montoya-Galvez in Baltimore for us. Thank you so much.